welcome back to the channel, everybody, old and new subscribers, that is. This one's going to be a little bit different. I am fishing, but I'm actually going to be reviewing a lake. I've found out I had a couple of days to spare. I've been looking for lakes for little socials and big socials, and I happened to stumble across one which was only like 30 minutes from where I live, and the pictures and everything looked really nice, and the read up and all that sort of stuff. So I got in contact with Mark, who runs it, and he said, "You're in luck, mate. If you want to come down, there's no one on for 48 hours. Once the lads who are on here come off, there's no one on for 48 hours. You can have the lake to yourself." I thought I'll have some of that. So yeah, turned up there. Looks nice. It is nice. Oh, I'm going to tell you more about other bits and pieces. I'm going to do more about the lake in a minute later on. Hopefully, this is actually the second day. I got here yesterday, had a sort of met Mark, tried to gather some information as much as possible off him. He was really helpful, really nice, really friendly, and yeah, so we sort of had a walk around. There was still sort of I think there was 4 lads on, and they'd been on over the weekend, and they was then packing up. It's a 7-acre lake. There's a max of 8 people on here. There's 7 swims and 1's a double, but again, we'll go into them. I'm going to do a video of the lake, and I mean, you hire it exclusively, so if there's a party of you of sort of 5 to 8, then it's great for you. I will probably do swim to swim video for you, and show you around and that sort of stuff. So I am fishing, but literally I spent about 3.5 hours basically just walking backwards and forwards, swim to swim to swim. I was originally going to jump in the double in the middle, because I thought at least that way I can see the whole lake. There's no one on, so I can fish, I won't say all the lake, but most of the lake probably. Oh, at last I've seen a show between 2 rods, but it's a show. So anyway, yeah, I saw in this swim, I kept coming back to swim. There was something in this swim that kept me watercrafty wise, what made me want to come in this swim, even though the 2 fish that had been out over the weekend were right down the bottom end. But this is the swim I sort of favoured, with the wind, the weather, and also what else I'd seen on the lake, in the lake, on the lake, whatever. So I jumped in here, set up, flicked the marker rod out, literally sort of 20-25 minutes with the marker rod, got myself 3 spots. One I knew straight away because of what I'd seen, and then the other 2, I put singles on because they'd been putting bait out here. I thought, well, I'll have 2 on singles, with just a really small amount of bait, and then one I'll put a little bit of bait over, not go mad, and we'll see. I've only got 48 hours. I would love to have sort of 4 or 5 days on here. That would suit me down to the ground. It's a new lake. If I don't catch, I'm not going to be disappointed, because the surroundings are lovely, the lake is lovely, and I think this is one of those lakes that I'm going to be coming back to time and time again. So you'll probably see quite a few sort of vlogs down here. But yeah, so last night it was getting dark. Literally just got the rods out before dark, grabbed some tea, and I was knackered because I had my grandson come to visit for 2 nights with his mum and my daughter. So Reggie, if you're looking, hiya Reggie. Yeah, you created these. So I was knackered. So basically what I'd done was I laid down and got some sleep. And I thought my plan was to get up early, and yeah, I did. 2 o'clock this morning I got up, had a cup of tea, sat and watched. There was nothing really happening, so I jumped back into bed after about 3/4 of an hour and went back to sleep. Got up at 4, same again, nothing really happening, so jumped into bed and I got up at 6. I know I look a bit like a teddy bear, and no, this isn't for Reggie because he likes his teddies. No, this is one of the new, well, I say new, it's one of the Fox, I think they're actually called teddy jackets. I bought it so if you're sitting there and it's a bit chilly and you've got a hoodie on but you don't really want a coat on, just chuck this over the top. Oh my God, this is so warm when you put it over the top. It's really nice, really nice. I see if you've seen the Fox podcast, you'd have seen Otto when he went to France for 5 weeks. I see he wore one of these a lot. I'd got it, but I hadn't worn it because I bought it in the summer ready for winter, and I see he used it a lot when he was over there, and I've just started wearing it this couple of days, and oh god, it's so nice. I don't want to take it off. So anyway, getting off track. Oh, there's something else as well, the Fox base layer. Oh, sleeping just because I just sleep in that. That is nice. That is nice. That's going to be nice in the winter. So anyway, off track there. So yeah, we're going to. I'm going to just quickly do this bit to camera. I don't know what we will have. This may be the first bit you see. You may have seen bits before. You might see bits after. I don't know. This is just a wing it sort of one. I'm going to do the competition for the mug and all the bits and pieces for the what was it, the subscriber social I did. So I'll put you all on the spinny wing and I'll put it in the camera and do it, providing I've got fairly good connection here. So yeah, we'll do that later or next in the video. But what I'm doing now, I'll just take a quick look at this swim. Let's have a quick look. We'll come out. So lovely swim. And there's a quick glimpse at the lake. The water is down at the moment, about 3 foot, but we're still fishing in good depths. I've got one at 8 foot, one at 14 foot and one at 15 foot. So the camera's not very level, it doesn't really matter. It's only a quick bit just to let you know what's happening. So yeah, I'm going to find, I've got to try another spot, which I was told about last night by Mark, and then what I'm going to find that this morning, get that clipped up, get my other rods clipped up, chuck some bait in with spod, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a walk around and I'm going to video all the swims for you. It's a fairly new, it's an old lake, but it's been refurbed. It's been refurbed, shall we say, over the last 3 years, and no one's fished it. It only opened 3 weeks ago, I think it was, he said. Right, found my new spots, got 2 new spots, one I was fishing last night. Put some bait over it, clipped the rods up, made some rigs, got the baits ready. So now what I'm going to do is let that all settle, because I've made a commotion there, and I'm going to show you the swims, and I'm going to go from 8 down to 1 because I'm in 7, so it just makes a bit more sense. I've got to go to the van as I need some distant leads. I'm going to spin you around. I'm now standing at swim 8, and then as you can see, there's the bank. As long as it's hard enough, they allow you to drive down and drop your kit off and then go park in the car park. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk from swim to swim so you can see how far it is between like you and your mates. So this is swim 8. This swim is called the reeds. As you can see, quite a few reeds. You've got a lovely reed bed over there to fish to, and then you've got a nice margin and then a corner around here, nice little corner. If it's lake exclusive, which mostly it is, you can use bait boats, I think. I'll just have to double check. That red bush in the distance there is where I'm fishing to, the centre of that. So, but you've still got lots here. Obviously when you're here with your mates, you can arrange between you your boundaries. As I said, the water's down at the minute, so it's usually up to these bits here. He was saying it's down about 3 foot. So what we'll do is, as you can see, let me just spin you around so you can see the swim. Every swim comes with a unhook a mat, sling, water bucket and nets, so you don't need to bring any. He supplies all them, and they are really good quality. Well, they're brand new basically. They've been used nearly just under a month. As you can see, a nice size swim. You can easily get a Frontier XD up in there. So what I'll do is I'll keep it this way so you can get an idea of how far the swims are apart. So I'm down in here in swim 7. I don't know if I should. Yeah, let me show you, just so it does a whole run. I'll fill in between the gaps, in between the swims. I'll fill. As you can see, look, I've got an XD. I've got my Frontier X on there. It's not right to the back, but it's close to the back, and you've still got plenty of room out the front. So come down. This isn't angled here, so again you have to be careful because you're not fishing like that, you are fishing like that. But again, you'll see if you come in this swim, there's that red bush in the distance, so if you know, depending on who was fishing in 8, you sort of work it between. There is like a marker over there I can see. I'll hold this steady, you might be able to see if I zoom in. So you could probably use that as your guideline. I am now fishing out towards those I won't bother pointing, I'll put an arrow up. So I've got one there, I've got one there, and I've got one there now. So we'll go to the next swim. As you can see in this swim, again, plenty of room. This one's called the Stump. So yeah, like I said, what I'll do is in between the swims, I'll just fill with a bit of running on with, I don't know, any old shit really. So there's some nice little touches around as well, like there's a little seat there. I actually sat there for about half hour yesterday watching the lake. You're tucked in amongst the trees. So this swim is the double, if I remember correctly. You remember, this is my first time down here, so nice sort of size. Double if you want to get a double with your mate, or again, when you're lake exclusive, you choose who and what wears swim, who and what fishes what swim. But as you can see, yeah, this one is called the double. You've got a lot of water, so you've got to be careful in here because you could quite easily go, there's the red bush again, so you have to sort it out. You basically want to be fishing out in front of you really. So yeah, again, nice little landing stage there, look, because the water, when the water comes up, and as you can see, if I go down here, ooh, smooth camera work, Tim. But as you can see there, look, nice big social. But again, if you don't have to have 8, you could come with 5 and leave some swims free, which is what I'll probably do. I'm going to have to rent it because a lot of my lot want to come. I'll probably be renting it, and then what I should do is I might come with 5 or 6 of us, and be quite nice. But right, spin it around. God, the old camera works smooth today, innit? I've left my other camera at home, so I'm having to do it off this one. So down in this one, I quite like the look of this one as well. Oh, the wrong side, Tim, you come down this side. It's a tad smaller, but still plenty of room to get you could get an XD in here, or definitely an X anyway, as you can see. And this one is called Bamboo. But that's probably why, like bamboo. But yeah, you got a little bit down there for releasing fish. Nice little touches these are, because there's so many lakes you go to, you have to lay on your stomach to release the fish. So when the water is low like it is, you can actually go down there and release the fish. As the water comes up off of there, and as the water comes right up, you can come off of here. Let's say I'm not being too careful with the camera work, but look, yeah, they've all got a nice bit of water in front of them. You can fish 3 rods. Now, I may, depending on how many of us come, I may knock it down to 2. Obviously you don't want too many. It's 7 acres, but you don't want loads of lines in the water, and I think 2 per swim is quite nice. So yeah, that was 4, so now we'll head round to 3. What shit shall I talk about now? But as you can see, there's plenty of room here, and like he said, as long as he's happy, the ground's hard, he don't mind you driving around, dropping it off and going back to the car park, which is a bonus these days sometimes, especially with the amount of kit we carry. So going down into 3, again, nice size swim for a single. This one's called Lancaster, And again, you've got a fish release point down the bottom there, and a nice bit out the front. Bulrushes, they're memories, they are, bulrushes. So yeah, and from here up, so you can get your bivvy sort of back, and you've got plenty of room for your rods and that out the front. So we'll go round to number 2. And no, Ray, that's not a toilet, that one there. If any of you have watched the subscriber social, you'll know about Ray, Mr. Shitter. He won the award, the Shitter, which I actually doing the competition for. I'll do it on this video later when I get back, for winning the mugs and all the accessories and bits and pieces for that. So we'll do that when we get back and get a bit of time. So we'll go down into 2. This one's called Paradise. And you've got a nice little, what's that, look, some sort of inlet or outlet there, look. Nice little margin along there. See, when that comes up 3 foot, that'll be nicely overhanging them trees. It's good this time of year. Let me just show you the lake. Yeah, it's good this time of year. When the water's down, you can come and have a look. So when the water is up, you can see, if you mental note or take photographs, and you can see where you want to be fishing, so that overhanging tree and how that branch comes out and how much it will be under the water. You know, all these sorts of things are just knowledge you can build up about a new lake. So yeah, really cool, really cool. The water's down. I should be going around taking plenty of photographs ready for the future. Plenty of room for a good one-man bivvy on there. Right, I'll spin you around and show you. That's a nice little memorial there. I won't say it. I like when you see memorials at lakes. It's nice to sort of remember people that have passed. So we're around the corner now, and as you can see, if you see down the distance, there's my van, and we're now walking around to number 1. So I'll spin it back round. So yeah, you're behind 2 gates. It's fully auto fenced, a nice quality one as well. You've got a gate to get into this bit, and then there's a locked gate. I'm guessing it's locked night times, but it's locked on some sort of combination. So security. I think the village, there is a village not too far away, a few minutes. So if you run out of stuff, food or anything like that, milk, forgot stuff, there is a village just up the road. So you can wind your rods in, leave your kit, because you know it's all safe, and go and get what you need. Whew, a bit out of breath. It's only been a month and not fishing. I need to get fitter again. Right. I'm probably all over the place with the camera, but who cares? You get the gist. So I'll spin it around. So there's car park, look. And there is the toilet. So Ray can use that. And there is the map of all the swims, so you can see. And then number 1 is here. So if you're, I mean, here, like, you've basically got the car park there, and this one here in the corner. I would probably leave this one free. But again, entirely your choice. Plenty of room for another one-man bivvy. Look. This one's called car park. But, so you've got a nice line of oh, come on Tim, think what it's called. Margin line down there. And again, as you can see there, look, I can't because of the camera, but I can now. And you can see, so you can look at that, take photographs and work out how far that is to when the water comes up. You've got a nice bit of water there. And then you've also, if I go down the front, let's go around here a little bit. As you can see there, you've got a little margin there. So with 2 rods, I'd probably have one here and one here. I know the lad that was in here, I can see his footmarks where he's been baiting up. I know the lad that was in here had 2 fish who fished at the weekend before I come on. I didn't get a chance to talk to him because I was busy trying to find the bits and get set up. But he had 2 fish and they weren't very far out at all. So realistically, I probably should have jumped in here because he had 2 fish, but I just wanted to go down that end. I fancied that end. The wind's going to be blowing down there rest of today and tonight, so that was why I decided on going down there. But again, as you can see, look, and the car park's there. Nicely tucked in here you are. Do quite like this swim, but let's say I shall probably, depending on who comes and where we want to fish and that sort of thing, we may leave this one free so everybody's on the same bank, because this one could be a bit antisocial because you are in this corner by yourself. Now some people like that, they like to be on their own. I don't mind being on my own, doesn't bother me, but if you are coming for a social, then obviously that far, let me see if I can get it, if I hold it steady. So as you can see, there's swim 2, there's swim 3, swim 4, swim 5 and 6, the double, swim 7, the one I'm in, and then swim 8 is down there. So you could literally be fishing, all fishing out straight to this far bank, or in between. There is a plateau that runs down the middle. I didn't know whether I said or not, but nice gravel plateau. But I've come off that now. Had nothing off it last night, apart from the chickens, black chickens diving on it. So yeah. So that's a quick look around the lake. I'm going to go and get my leads, and then I'm going to head back to the bivvy, my swim, and get my rods out. And I think I'm going to have a bacon sandwich, nice and healthy. Right, I am, let's check, mic's on. Yeah, mic's on, you can hear me. I didn't want to do all this and then I hadn't got the bloody mic turned on. So right, done my walk, done my baiting, put my fish over the spots, put my bait over the spots for the fish, should I say. And I've just been sitting here chilling with a cup of tea, watching the water. Seen one show, that's not too bad. Not exactly where, oh, let me just take this out. Not exactly where my rod is, but not a million miles away. Gone a bit chilly again. So yeah, fingers crossed, hopefully everything's done and everything's in ready to go for tonight. So let me just make sure that's on so I can see. Let me put my glasses on. So right, I'm just going to do the draw for the subscriber social competition to win the mug and all the bits and pieces and that sort of stuff. So I've got all the names here on a spinny wheel. I'm going to turn it at an angle. Right, let me just get hold of this so I can, right, so you can see it. So you can see there's all the names there, look. All the names spinning around. So if you win, I'll press it in a minute, and if you win, send me a messenger or an email. I'll put it down the bottom here somewhere so you can contact me, and then I can get it sent to you. So let's tap. Good luck to everybody. Tap to spin. Put it close so you can see. Here's one. It is Steve Goodyear. So Steve, if you contact me, you can see there. You can see the name, yeah. If you contact me, let me take a screenshot so I remember who it is for when I go home. Yeah, if you contact me, what I'll do is I'll get it sent out to you. Let's say contact me on the email or on Messenger, and then what I'll do is I'll get it sent out to you as soon as possible. I've got to do another competition on the Facebook one. I said I would, I just haven't had time, but I will do it. I've got a good supply of mugs now. To all those people that message me about t-shirts and hoodies now, I am getting around to it. It's just I've had time off, so I am doing and playing a bit of catch up now. God, there's quite a bit of fizzing out in front of me, but they're really in close. I did a bit of, I don't know if I'm going to put it on here or do it separately. I did a little bit of underwater filming, and I was just showing like PVA nuggets, how long they take to come off with it being cold and that sort of stuff, put on in different ways. And whilst the camera was under the water, because I could just about see it, a bloody pike come in, and I thought it was going to sort of take the thing I was dropping in. And whether I've got that on footage or not, if I have, I'll probably put it up. If I haven't, then obviously I won't. But yeah, I stood there watching this pike and I thought, it's going to go after the bait. I was dropping a bait in like you would like cast it in. I was chucking it in so you could see how the nuggets come off and how long and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, this pike coming, I weren't sure it was going to attack the camera or attack the bait. But yeah, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get you a fish for tonight. Or this afternoon would be nice, this evening, and then one in the night, and then one in the morning would be fantastic. But it is fishing a little bit hard at the minute, and it's still all new. The fish are sort of like, I suppose they're getting used to it. They're now coming off the naturals as well, so it's getting them to get onto the boilies and pellet and that. But yeah, if I can't remember if I've said about how you're booking that or not, but I will do that a bit later after I've spoke to the bailiff, just to make sure I've got it all correct before I put it up. So I will leave it there, and I am going to sit here and watch this water, because it's slowly starting to come alive. So I'm gonna have a sit in a watch, but everything's set, so I don't really want to move them. But you know, if I start seeing lots of shows in the place where my rig isn't, then one of them's got to go on it. But that's fishing, hey. Right, I am back, and I'll just show you down there. As you can see, the unhooking mat is wet, which means fish. So really happy with that. I'll put the video up now so you can see it. Right, we have one. There we go. Took me by surprise, that one. I wasn't expecting one till tonight. Just under 20, I'm guessing about 16, 18, if that, somewhere around there. But I don't care. It's a lovely fish from a new water. Baits and rigs in the right place. Good old CB baits to nuts, with the house pallet. And yeah, cracking start. Got a few leeches on it, so it's obviously laying around a little bit, but yeah, cool, lovely. I'll get a picture of the other side for the bailiff, and then get him back on the way. So there's the other side. He'll enjoy looking at this one. I know they're sort of making quite a detailed thing of the fish that are in here, so hopefully he can get a good look at this and see what it was stocked at and what it is now. But great, lovely. More than happy. Go and tell your mates. So yeah, weighed it, tret it, weighed it, and it went 18.12. So a little bit bigger than I thought it was, really. But yeah, well happy. I don't, you know, size doesn't really matter now. I'm just happy to catch. New lake, first time, and caught, and that was off the spot. Oh, let me just go sit. No, I ain't gonna sit down because I'll go in the dark. Let me see. Let's see what it looks like in here. I've earned a sit down after that. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, you can see me. I wasn't sure you'd see me in here. Oh, it's nice to sit down. Yeah, so that was off the spot. I found a spot basically where the plateau was. I messed around with the marker rod quite a bit there, and all the coots and moorhens and everything else, all the birds, they were diving on the plateau. It's about 7-8 foot on that. And I found sort of two spots. One was 7, one was 8, and they were constantly diving on it. So what I decided to do was, I'm guessing there'd been bait going on there. That was one of the reasons I came in this swim. I'd seen them on that bar diving on it, so I thought there's bait there. If I put a washed out bait over the top, I wouldn't have to worry about like putting loads of bait over it, hopefully getting on someone else's bait, with a single, less disturbance. And that was my plan. Nothing last night. So what I did this morning, you may have seen, if I haven't put the video up, I may have done it already, I don't know. I basically leaded around there quite a bit, and what I'd done was I went over the back of it, and then where it sort of goes, the top plateau, and then it goes down, I found the bottom of the plateau, and what I'd done was I put one about a foot past that, and then what I'd done was I spotted over the top, and I had chops in there, I had whole boilies, and I had pellets, and I was spodding to the back of it, so it was hitting sort of the back of the plateau where it comes down, and here, and it's rolling down here, and my bait's sitting here, and then I spotted one or two over the back of it. So hopefully that's like where the bait was all sort of congregate, so the birds weren't diving on that spot, they were still diving on the plateau, and that was down the back, and that was my plan. The fish would just come round the back there. I've been told they go along that back margin, and go along the back there, find that pile of bait that's just rolled off down, and it looked, hopefully it looked sort of quite, I'll say natural, because it's not really natural, is it, but you know, where it rolled down, some would, because they'd fluttered down the chops, and the whole ones would hit, and some would roll further than others. Two different sizes, 15 and 18 mil, the nuts from CB Baits. They've been soaked for 2 days, and they've also had the liquid on for a day, and then I dusted them with the nuts powder, and let's say put them out there. I put 6 bods out over that spot and left it, and it has been, what, 2.5 hours, and we've had that lovely fish. So what I've done is I've just put it back out, same bait, which I'll tell you about in a minute, and you'll know if you watch the channel what it'll be. And so yeah, put it back out, and I've just put 3 spods over the top and left it, and hopefully, you know, if that produces another one, then what I may do is reel one of my other rods in and stick one to the side of it, or so yeah, just off the sort of baited area. But yeah, we got plans, we got a fish, and we got plans, so that's good. That's really, really good. It'd be no surprise to you, like I said, it was an 18 mil nuts wafter, my go-to. So yeah, my go-to bait there is 18 mil nuts wafter. I've had so many fish on it since I've been with CB Baits, but so yeah, it is my go-to bait. So now I'm deciding, because I'm only here till tomorrow morning, I'm trying to see if I could wangle another night with work and that. The only trouble is I haven't got a lot of food, but the village is only 3-4 minutes away, so I could leave my kit, shoot down there, grab some more food, and stay on another night, which is what I'd like to do. I've got enough of everything else. I've got enough clothes, weights, bait, sleds, yeah, tackle, everything else I've got enough of. It's just food, and if I can move my appointment back 2 hours. So we'll see. Yeah, I want to stay on now. I wanted to stay on anyway. It's a lovely lake. It's so peaceful and quiet here. It's unreal. I don't really, I'm talking, but I don't really want to. But I'm not fishing in close, so I should be okay. So yeah, happy boy. So hopefully I can get some more. There's fizzing at him in front of me again still, where I was saying earlier on, but I just don't want to move a rod in that close. Probably if the water was higher I would do, but again, mental notes, write it down in the book, got it for next time. So it must be a place they visit, but I'm happy where I'm at. So one of the rods I'm fishing at 17 wraps, one of the rods is 21.5 wraps, and the other rod is 22 1/3 wraps. So not extreme distance, but you know, a nice stride. So although when I was walking around, you might look and go, well, you know, I can see that swim from that swim, or not that swim, I can see that bush from that other swim as well. Like I was saying, if you fish out straight here, and you've got plenty of water. So yeah, I love it here. It's first time here and I love it. I've had a few mates contact me, they recognised the pictures, and luckily they didn't say where it was on the thing, because I've done like a sneaky peek. So well done, Owen and Chris. So yeah, they didn't say, they just said they knew where it was. So obviously I know Chris has fished here, because Owen sent me a picture that Chris has had a fish from. So yeah, I'll be on the phone to them probably a bit later and see what they thought of it, and if they've got any ideas to help me as well, you know, what swims I was in and where they caught from. So yeah, all good. So I'm going to have a cup of tea now, and fingers crossed we get another one. Getting greedy again now. You want one, then when you get one you want another one, then when you get another one you want another one. But yeah, it's good, it's all good. Happy. Right, I'm going to do this a bit quickly because I know what happened. I'll end up tomorrow packing up and get, well, I'm probably going tomorrow. I might be staying another night, I don't know, but I'm doing it now just in case. But I'll pack up, go home and totally forget to do it. So if you fancy fishing on here, you can book it on SWIMBooker. So you become a member of SWIMBooker, go on there and search for RIVERSLEA Farm Carp Lake, and it's on there. So there's different sort of, you can book lake exclusives, you can book, it's a minimum of 48 hours if you come on your own, but there's loads of bits on there. It explains it all on there, it tells you all the rules and all the bookings and all that sort of stuff. If you've used SWIMBooker, you know what it is. Just go on there and it if you're unsure, just there's a number on there, you can message them and they will get back to you, and very quickly as well. I must admit, probably the quickest lake I've ever messaged someone, they've got back to me. But you go on there, message them, and they'll message you back if you've got any questions. So I thought I'd put that on there quickly. It's out near between sort of it's in Lincolnshire, near Woodall Spa. Very easy to get to. You have to watch the turning. It is quite a, I saw it last minute and drove past, but then just spun around and come back and came in. But yeah, so if you're interested in booking this, and I highly recommend it, it's a really nice, peaceful place to fish. Yeah, get on SWIMBooker and have a look. So it's getting chilly, as you can see. I've got my old teddy bear back on again now. The temperatures are dropping quite quick tonight. Pressures are still really high. Winds dropped though, so I was hoping the wind was going to push down into that corner and help me out. But traps are set. I would say we're on the dance floor, but I don't do dance floor if you've seen my dancing. But the baits are out there, the rigs are out there, the rods are fishing. And I'm feeling a lot more confident going into tonight because, like I said earlier, I spent quite a bit of time and found my spots, and one of them's paid off already. So hopefully I can bring you another fish to you to show you some more of the nice fish. I had a few people, because I stuck a little teaser on Facebook, and I had people messaging me going, where are you? How do I get on? Where do I book? And all that sort of. This is why I've put this in. So it just makes it easier, because I know if I forget, I'll get home and it'd be too late. But yeah, and I've seen a few of the fish that people have caught that I know have sent me pictures. So yeah, some nice fish in here. But the stock and all the bits and pieces and everything you need to know, let's say, is on SWIMBooker. So pop on there and have a look. I'm going to have something to eat in a minute before it gets too dark and too chilly. And then I should be jumping into bed early tonight, and I want to be up again early in the morning. Probably not 2 o'clock though, but well, I'd like to be up earlier than that with a fish. But I've had one. Shouldn't be greedy, but I'd like another one or two. But it is tough most places at the moment, so I'm quite happy to have had one, and a nice one at that. So yeah, I'm going to shut up. I've got stuff on charge. Is that charged? What's happened there? Charger's gone out. Yeah, I've got stuff on charge I've got to sort. I'm testing the old Fox Power Pack at the moment, charging things on it and seeing how long it takes to charge, what it takes to charge, what it can charge before it runs out. So yeah, I'll leave it there, and hopefully see you in the night, or if not, it'll be in the morning. Good morning. It was a quiet night last night. Apart from waking up at stupid o'clock, I think it was about 2:45. I think I said I did put it on one of the other couple of social media bits and on the short in here, but I haven't got it on this video. But I basically woke up hungry at 2:45 in the morning, even though I eat really well, as you all know. I don't mess around. I do eat well. But yeah, for some reason when I'm fishing, I seem to wake up middle of the night hungry. Don't know why. Do you do it? Let me know in the comments. Crazy, really. But there you go. So yeah, quiet night. I thought I'd do this piece of camera quickly. I'll say quickly, it's not going to be a quick one, it never is it? Because once I start to pack up, I sometimes forget and then have to do it at home or at work. So I thought I'd do it now, and so I've got a piece for the camera. Yeah, sitting here now watching the water. I'm a bit late up, so realistically I should be picking up. I'd like to be packed up the bivvy by now and just having the bivvy out and the rods out to dry, but no one's coming on today, so I don't think he'll mind me just sort of like leaving sort of dinner time-ish. I'm going to message just to make sure. It's always best to ask, not just assume, but I know no one's coming on till tomorrow, so hopefully they'll be fine with that. What else we've got to say? They're not 100% sure what this water is going to be like in the winter, so that'll be interesting. But I'm going to go around each swim and I'm going to take photographs of all the trees and the reed lines and the bushes and all this sort of stuff, ready for sort of when the water comes up, you can see how far the branches are at and how all the different bits and pieces that will be underwater. Then I'll have on my phone for when it happens. I can see what it's like. Obviously things will change, but I mean a lot of things won't. So there's a down there to my right, I'm around the bottom there. If you're fishing swim 2 or swim 1, there's a big tree and a big branch come out, and it sort of doesn't, but you wouldn't know 100%, I suppose, once the water's up, how far it comes out or how far it goes down. But with that photograph you will. It's silly little things like this you just need to do to if you're coming back to a lake, which I'm definitely coming back here. I love it here. It's really, really nice. My sort of place. So yeah, that will help me in the future. The same as my book, my swim. I plotted out the whole, not that one. I plotted out the whole swim, so I just see a silly picture in my book. So you know, I plot out everything, write it all down, the wraps, what the bottom's like, where it is, all the distance. So when I come back, this swim is ready to go. I can drop on the spot, check, make sure it's still okay, and bang, I'm fishing, instead of having to thrash the water about with a marker rod. I would love to have done a couple more swims, but I'm going to be running out of time, so I can't do that. So yeah, what else was I to say? Definitely coming back. I won't be able to get back until probably, because I fish every other week, it's going to be sort of beginning mid-December time, I think. Because next it's 15th of October now. Towards the end of October I'm out at Naseby with Nathan, Shady and Mark, so that'll be a fun trip if it's anything like what last year's was. And then beginning of November, or second week of November, I'm out with Paul the Angry Carper at his syndicate for a couple of nights over in Northamptonshire. And then end of November? Yeah, beginning sort of mid to end of November, I'm out with my brother. We've got to go and check out. We're going to check out a lake for the social next year. So there'll probably be 14 people if we get that lake. We've got 10 or 12 at the moment. So there might be there may be sort of 2 to 4 places come up for that one, but we're going to check a lake out first to make sure it's what the sort of thing we want. Sounds right, reads right. Spoke to the owner, and he said come along, have a look. So me and my brother are going to go have a look at that, check that out and make sure that's right. And once we know more, then I can put out the details. Next year is going to be a bit different. It's still going to be the same. We're still going to have fun. We're going to have games. We're going to have barbecue. I say barbecue. It depends on, we'll see with food. There'll definitely be food of some sort. There'll be games and fun and fishing and prizes and all the usual sort of stuff, but there are going to be a few little twists next year. So that's, and then once we've been and looked at that, I shall probably stop at his tonight, or we'll go on to another lake, and then the next day we'll be fishing a lake for a couple. So we're doing a little sort of 48-hour session somewhere in Norfolk. That's going to be. We're not 100% sure yet, but I'll let Dan pick that. Yeah. So and then I've got nothing beginning of December, so I could probably get back here beginning of December, and then over Christmas and New Year I'm out at, where am I at? We've booked somewhere over New Year. and I can't remember where it was, but there's me, I think there's me, Ray, Glenn, Mark, Shady, Nathan. Yeah, I think. Oh, North Bank. We're back at North Bank, one of the embryo waters. Yeah, we're back there. I forgot. I did a social from there. If you've not seen it, nice place. I know it's going to be hard in the winter, but it's going to be a bit of a social. 10 swims and there's 6 of us going, I think, if I remember rightly. So yeah, and then after that, then I should probably come back down here. So unfortunately, I can't get back down here as quick. I'd like to have sort of had quite a few sessions down here between now and Christmas, but because I already booked up, I can't. So that's what's happening in the future. The person who won the mug on the spinny wheel earlier get in touch with me and I'll get that sent out to you. That's a nice little mug, that is. That's similar to what the boys had for the social, with all the little extras and bits and pieces in. I'm going to do another one, and obviously in another video. I'm not going to do one off of this video. This is more sort of my little session and promote the lake. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. If I get another fish, I will come back to you and show you that. If I think of something else I need to tell you that I forgot, I'll come back to you and tell you that. And if I don't, then I will see you on the next one. So cheers, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, tell your mates. So yeah, we're coming up 4,000 subscribers. Don't sound a lot, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy. I didn't expect to have this many when I started. Like I've said in some other videos, I expected to do about 10 videos, 100 subscribers, and then call it a day. And here we are. I don't know how many years later, 4 years later, nearly 4,000 subscribers, 100 and some odd videos, and it's also got me it's also got me a few little sort of extras along the way, shall we say, as you know if you follow the channel. So it's got me a couple of nice little gigs. It gets me sort of like on some waters that I probably wouldn't have got on. It's got me to meet lots of people that I wouldn't have met, which is really nice. And it's really nice when you come up to me at a lake and chat to me. I love meeting subscribers, because without the subscribers, there wouldn't be a point of a channel, really. So again, a big thanks to all of you, and for commenting and getting involved in the giveaways and all that sort of stuff. I can't do loads and loads of giveaways. I have to do everything out of my own pocket. So yeah, I try to do my best. That's why I do the mugs. The problem with the mugs is they cost a bit to send. The t-shirts don't cost as much to send, but they cost more to produce. So I'm stuck in a sort of thing, in a sort of like what to do, really. But I'm running on now. I'm just sort of filling time. So anyway, stop the brain, start packing away, and what I'll do is I'll come back to you, and if not, you'll see me on the next one.